guys, Jeremy here, and today I'm going to be doing a bit of a battery comparison review. So this is quite a big review, and we're going to go through all the different types of brands out there, go through all the different features, the pros, the cons, so that you can make the best choice as to what battery you'll buy. If you're actually a little bit earlier in the buying process, probably best to have a look at other videos about batteries first before making your way over to this video, because this is a big comparison video that I put together. So let's get straight to it. Now, I put the video in alphabetical order so that there's no bias or anything like that as to what brands are better from the top to bottom. All right, so the first battery that we're going to have a look at is the Alpha ESS battery. Now, this battery is a Chinese manufacturer. They do have local support over here in Australia. Now, this system is a all-in-one hybrid system, so it has the solar PV and the battery inverter all built in, and it's an all-in-one stackable unit. They have a single-phase and a three-phase unit. The only downside is that the three-phase unit is IP21 rated, so it has to be indoors or out of the can't be outside. And the product warranty is only 5 years, and the battery warranty is 10 years, 6,000 cycles as well. So it's a great value system, and they use the LFP chemistry, and there is a EPS backup in there as well. The batteries are locked to the Alpha ecosystem, so you have to buy the battery and the inverter together. The information and the feedback from installers is that they've had a lot of issues with them in the past, and they've taken a long time to actually be able to rectify those issues and fix or repair the systems and the ecosystem or the Wi-Fi online dashboards. So they may potentially have fixed those issues now, and they may have fixed the support issues, but it's still lingering in the background. The second battery that we'll go into is none other than the BYD battery. Now, the BYD battery are a little bit more expensive than than your other Chinese entrants into the market. So probably a mid-range as opposed to an entry level where the Alpha is. BYD is the largest EV and one of the largest battery manufacturers, and along with cattle. So they are highly modular. They can scale up to a large size, up to 66 kilowatt hours, and work with a number of different other inverter brands like SMA, GoodWe, Victron, and Fronius. It is the LFP chemistry, and they're outdoor rated IP55. But there's no built-in inverter, so you have to get that separate. I believe they're bringing out one very soon, but that may potentially be new. So big, they're bulky, and but they are rock solid and a good quality battery system. You might just have to pay the price for them. They are higher voltage as well than some of your lower voltage batteries. All right, on to the third, Deye. I know everybody doesn't know how to pronounce it. Deye. There's been a lot of different interpretations of how to say that, but we have confirmed with the Deye team that it is Deye. So Deye. So Deye is a very flexible hybrid inverter and battery system. You can buy the batteries themselves. They are integratable to some different inverters and some different devices, and you can buy the hybrid inverters or the batteries separately. So they do work with many. There is a really good backup EPS and also off-grid usability for the inverters themselves, because of the backup diesel genset connection straight into the hybrid inverter. So really quick changeovers for the blackouts, and they're affordable. They're not. They'll probably be an entry-level pricing, so lower price. And the features on the software are quite good. Now, on your app on your phone and on the dashboard online, there are a lot of control features that you can use. So they are compatible on a few VPPs, but not all of them as well. So I'll go back to that. They don't seem to be compatible on any VPPs quite yet. So they are in the process of putting some VPPs on there. So now the Enphase battery. So Enphase is a US manufacturer, and they also manufacture microinverters. Microinverters had a big run up in the early stages of solar, but in the last few years they've dropped down a little bit in terms of the usage and cases for them, but they are currently one of the best performing solar panel inverters that you can include. Now, Enphase batteries are locked to the Enphase system, so you basically need an Enphase microinverter solar system to have the battery. So they are one of the most expensive systems, but they are the best performing systems. So without a doubt, if you've got an Enphase system, you're going to match yourself with an Enphase battery. And so I don't doubt that they will have a good performing, high performing battery system to connect in with those microinverters, being a US based manufacturer, but you will pay for that. So nice looking battery as well. Fronius. So Fronius is an Austrian solar engineering powerhouse with over 75 years of experience in the manufacturing industry. They've been manufacturing inverters, they've been manufacturing chargers, and also welders. So they have a really high performing Gen 24 inverter. It's highly trusted in the network in Australia, and they do have 3-phase support, so single and 3-phase. The online monitoring is one of the best systems out there that you can find, and they have seamless integration with a lot of battery manufacturers, but namely is paired with the BYD. They just have also released a battery system of their own called the Fronius Reserva. So not much about it, we don't know too much about it, except that it looks really sleek, it's flat, and it goes with the Fronius system. So you are expected to pay a little bit of a premium for this system, as they are like the BMW of solar and battery systems. So next one on the list is Growatt. Growatt is one of China's largest inverter and battery manufacturers. They export all over the world. And I've actually got a Growatt on my house, and I've had it on there for 5 years now, and it hasn't missed a beat. So I can't complain about the Growatt system itself. It was really affordable, and the dashboard and user interface is quite nice and works as well as you need it to work for solar. Now, I don't have the battery system myself, which is unfortunate. I probably want to actually want to buy the Growatt battery system to pair with the inverters. So one of the most affordable systems in Australia. It's modular. The Growatt battery itself is actually modular. It's scalable, and it's got LFP chemistry. Most batteries nowadays actually are all LFP, so you shouldn't need to stress about what battery chemistry is in most of these batteries. You do have the battery that is locked to the Growatt inverter itself, so if you want to buy the battery system, you can need to buy the inverter as well. So there is mixed reviews on the app online. I have had a hard time connecting the app, but once it's working great. But if it has had any disconnection issues, then it was a struggle to get it back. But they updated the system a few times, and it was pretty simple. So Growatt's a cheap, affordable battery manufacturer and inverter manufacturer, but it doesn't have that. It hasn't got that pizzazz of the Tesla or the Fronius systems. Now, RedEarth is Australian owned and Brisbane based. They design rugged off-grid battery systems for regional, but they do have a home battery system as well. Their home residential CBD metro battery is new to the market. They pronounce the Aussie-made designs and support. So their teams here in Brisbane, they are excellent for off-grid situations, rural homes. They come pre-wired, plug and play, so the installation is very simple. So you can save money on that installation, on the actual installation of it. They do have a cost to it, so they're bulky, and there's basic user apps. So they're built for maybe knowledgeable, the more knowledgeable side of the industry. So if you really like to play around with the tech, they are PPP compatible. So they actually have their own personal power plant system inbuilt into the battery systems. A little bit different to the VPP, but they do have some ability to work with Amber, the retailer, on their platform, and do a little bit different of a revenue generation ability. The next one on the list is Sigenergy, Sigenstore. Now these are a module system from 5 to 48 kilowatt hours, sort of like your entry to mid-range battery system, and this sort of spun out of Huawei's energy team. Sigenergy is a new entrant to the market. They do have a good AI-focused energy platform that they are scaling pretty quickly. It's a full stack hybrid plus EV charging system, sort of one of a kind in Australia. It's modular, pretty sleek, and excellent for any future upgrades that you need. The only downsides are not that many installers are using them yet, so they're still having some issues installing them, but there is good feedback from those installers about installation. You need internet for full functionality, so if you do have connection issues, then it's going to be not fully functioning the best you can get. And the software's still updating, so it is new, and they're running updates all the time to fix some small issues in the background. So Sigenergy is the EV integrated battery of the future, so early adopters, sort of something that you want to get on top of and take advantage of, but you will pay a little bit more of a price than your more entry level battery inverter system. So if you've got an EV charger, then there's no need to get a Sig if you're looking for a more cost-effective route. Sonnen, I know these guys have been around a little while in the market. They are a German-made inverter and battery system. They are on the pricey side once again, but they do have great they do have a high 10,000 cycle warranty, which is really, really, really good. They are VPP ready. I'm not sure how many, so not much flexibility. They're big and chunky. They don't look too appealing. They do look like a washing machine, but there has been good feedback on the actual systems themselves. Not many installers install them, so you'll have trouble finding actual installers wanting to do them. Solaredge. So Solaredge is a optimized inverter system. Solaredge are an American company, and these Solaredge batteries only work with other Solaredge systems. So if you have a Solaredge optimized system, then you'll probably want to get a Solaredge battery. It is a mid-range system, so you will be paying a little bit more for it than your standard entry-level systems, but they are very when you're locked into the Solaredge ecosystem with the battery, the inverter, optimized inverters, there's a lot of tracking. There's a lot of the system functionality in the dashboard is really functional. So if you're a more techie sort of person and that you want to do more with the system in terms of functionality and the monitoring and capabilities on the back end, then the Solaredge system's for you. Not sure if there's any VPP compatibilities. Yes, they are compatible with a few, AGL and PowerShop and Solar Hub, so not sure if there's any more than that though. The SolaX. So the SolaX is a stackable all-in-one battery and inverter system. So unlike the Solaredge, which is just a battery, the SolaX has an inverter system, so you can connect solar panels to them. So these are a great low-cost battery system that have alright monitoring system. They're flexible, but they just have limited smart control systems. So, and the backup systems lack lacks sort of functionality for the everyday user, so the backup needs to be configured prior, and you can't really do too much on the back end for yourself in the settings and the controls for the battery systems themselves. So it's a great entry-level system. SolaX has been around for a while. They've had their fair share of issues, just like all the other entry-level battery systems, Chinese battery systems. So hats off to them for sticking it out this long as well. So they do have 10-year guarantees, performance guarantees on their system, much like all the other battery systems out there. They are IP65 rated, so you can actually have them outdoors as well. There's currently, it doesn't look to be no AC coupling options available, so you need to install the panels with the batteries as well. And off-grid systems require annual inspections. And it doesn't seem to be an Australian office around. So much similar to the SolaX, we have the GoodWe, which is out of order in the alphabetical order. So GoodWe has been around for a long time as well. General Electric actually OEM their inverters for their own inverters, so GoodWe manufacture the inverters for General Electric. So they are a trusted brand. They are an entry-level Chinese manufacturer. So the range of inverters include 3-phase models. They have high and low voltage batteries, and you can AC couple with these systems. So you can get up to 20 kilowatts of panels on a single phase. They are integrated into some VPPs as well, so you will find that GoodWe will be connected. Let's have a look. We've got Origin, Diamond, and there may be some others not listed on there, but only a few different VPPs. So just make sure that when you're installing a GoodWe, and what retailer that you're with, that you double check that they have a VPP, and then that they're compatible with the retailer VPP. So they don't have a fan, so they're internal cooling themselves, so they may derate if it's really hot on a sunny day. And the app's a little bit clunky itself, and there's maybe some contact issues with the or support issues in their Australian head office. It might take some time to get issues sorted if you have them. All right, so big name, one of the biggest names, the biggest sellers in Australia is Sungrow. So the battery system is SBR 096. The 9.6 is the size of the kilowatt hour size of the battery, and it's modular and can go up to 25 kilowatt hours, I believe. I believe that they can go to more, but I'll have to just confirm that. Now they are the low cost, they are fairly low cost, so the more maybe like higher on your entry level price range. So not like sort of a mid range, but sort of like a high range entry level brand. So you may pay a little bit more than some other entry level companies. They are stackable, but they are not all in one, so you can't. It's not it doesn't sort of look nice, and it look pretty chunky down the bottom in your outside or in your garage. The warranty is pretty standard, 10-year warranties on the batteries, and there's not really too much off-grid functionality with these systems. So you may need off-grid other bits and pieces to go fully off-grid with these, but you can have backup on the system. Now, they do have the hybrid inverter. As I said, it's a separate piece of the puzzle as opposed to just having the battery system all in one. But that means you can AC or DC couple these systems together onto existing other solar and battery systems. And the monitoring is fairly simple. It is nice. It looks clean, but it's fairly simple. It's just not very polished, and only displays the basic features and doesn't allow you to do much customization for your backup or your VPP. Now they are compatible with probably the most amount of retailers on the VPP, so that's why they're one of the most used inverter and battery systems in Australia. Alright, so lucky last here with the inverter and batteries is the Tesla. So the Tesla Powerwall 3, probably the most well-known battery manufacturer in the world. The Powerwall 3 is a newly released battery that's just come out. It's the same size, 13.5 kilowatt hours, and it does have an output capacity of 11 kilowatts and a 10-year warranty. There is now a hybrid inverter inside the Tesla Powerwall 3 as opposed to the previous models, which required the gateways. They are American made, so they've got smart forecasting, the app is well designed, and it is a maximum 10 kilowatts of inverter capacity. So you can put up to 20 kilowatts of solar on this with an output capacity of 11 kilowatts. Great for if you have existing Tesla, for smart charging, smart home systems, for their forecasting for backup if there's storms. The ecosystem, you're locked. So you're locked with that. You've got the brand reputation as well. So they are known to be a good quality product. So you do have full backup on the system, but single phase only, and if you're on 3-phase, then you've got limited backup capabilities. So you won't be able to do full 3-phase backup. It'll only be 1 phase. So you'll have balance. You'll have issues with the balancing of the load on 3 phases. So it is still a new product in the market as well. So some installers might do it, might not do it. And you're looking at a pretty hefty price tag, potentially double the price, $13,000 to $15,000 for this type of system. So it's probably the most it's your premium product. So you can put it in the range of your Solaredge, your Enphase, and your Fronius systems. So, and you have to buy all the units. You can't really expand later on. It's not really modular, not really ideal for smaller homes, for smaller use. So and limited capability, so you're locked into that ecosystem as well, and you might have some installation delays and wait times on ordering the products. So yeah, so that's all. Now we've got there is also a number of other brands like Foxess, Franklin, ESY, Huawei, Ecactus. Now these are all entry-level Chinese manufactured batteries and inverters that you might have seen around the place. So they are very similar. They have all the basic features, the basic monitoring, backup, and you just might run into functionality issues, and they're just not as known or used as the other products I mentioned previously. So to save time, you may not even need to look at these products. But if you do want to have a look at those products, I'm sure they'll be okay, but not as used or well known as the other products. So I'd just like to also mention that Ember also has compatibility with a number of battery systems at the moment. So you're looking at Tesla, Solaredge, LG, Alpha ESS, BYD, Sungrow, Redback, Sigenergy, Fronius, and if you have another device from Evergen, things like Deye, Ecactus, Energizer, GoodWe, Growatt, Huawei, RedX, Pylon Tech, and SAJ are also compatible with the Evergen attachment. So now I hope this has given you some information about the battery brands out there. So what did you make it through the whole entire video? Let me know. I want to hear from you if you've made it through. If you're thinking about specific brands, have some questions about it, fire them away, put them in the comments. I'd love to hear from you guys about these batteries, about what you think potentially we could add, change, or remove on the video. So thank you so much for your time, guys. Appreciate any feedback, and yeah, I'll catch you around.